What's up, everybody? It's Seth Fowler, and today I'm honored to be here with Boostgod. You guys know him. Oh, it's Teddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm trying to click this link real quick.
It's Seth Fowler. Well, it's great to have you. It is great to have you. Give me 1 second. I just need to get this chat worked out. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So, well, as you guys can tell, Keon isn't here at the moment. He's having a couple technical difficulties, but hopefully in the next couple minutes he'll be here. But I just love to start things off by, asking you what got you into Boost and what got you into YouTube.
So I got into Boost just because I was in this not even really a hiatus. I just was over shoes in general, just because I collected shoes for a long time, a lot of different Nikes. Random other stuff, like hype beast shit before there was really hype beast. And over it, a lot of stuff just started to rub me the wrong way. Just not into it anymore. And then I just put that whole part of me kind of behind me, so I would just cop random shoes, not caring. Sometimes I'd even wear Vans.
Right.
Or just get on Zappos and just buy some random bullshit shoe. And then I flew to LA in slides. And I was walking around for 2 or 3 days just wearing slides as soon as I get to LA.
Right.
And that didn't happen. I just kept walking around. And then that was when my homie took me to round 2 because he's friends with them. And I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. There was a lot of Nike stuff and a lot of nostalgia type shit, which I thought was cool that it just existed. So
right.
Then I saw NMDs, and that was pretty much, I saw them, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I tried on a pair, and that was just pretty much it. That, I flew home and basically just went in, just started buying just tons of shoes. First month I just OD'd.
Was the buying the crazy shoes because they were so comfortable, or is that because you were starting the YouTube channel?
It brought me back. No, this is before I was like, fuck YouTube at that point. I didn't care about YouTube at all.
Right.
So it was just oh shit, here's something I can be into, again, it was kind of rediscover, I skateboarded when I was younger, and now I'm old. So
That's
it's
awesome.
I can't really skate how I would when I was younger.
Right.
And shoes are kind of the same, one of those things that I did when I was young that I kind of got over. And then now I just sort of, Boost just breathed life back into it. It was something that was, for one, actually comfortable and worth when you put on, you felt different.
Right.
And then two, just how they had handled some of the stuff. Once I, got base models or whatever, and then went to go look back at, seeing the consortium, whatever, all these collabs with stores, being okay, they're actually doing it the right way, how Nike used to do it,
Right.
Because I used to quick strike releases and shit like that were of course some of my favorites, and some of the collabs are my favorites, but Nike just whacked out with it. And yeah, Adidas having the collab game going strong is probably what drew me in the hardest, So. But yeah, and then YouTube came way later. So that first month, so it was May. I remember it was May. It was on my birthday when I bought the shoes. Maybe a couple days later, but I was in LA for my birthday, May 6th. And then I, by the end of May, had spent a lot of money, $10,000 on shoes. And that was, I was just tweeting, it really was just tweeting out that I got shoes, and it was kind of fun just to take breaks from work and talk shit to people on Twitter about shoes.
Right.
Just, say I'm not going to cop this, and everybody be like, yeah, right, and then get it, And then some time went on because today's actually the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So.
Oh yeah, congratulations! That's awesome.
So yeah, so obviously a couple of months went by before I actually started the channel.
Right.
And then that was just, I just have this crazy personality, I guess, where I just fucking dive into stuff, super hard.
Right.
And it's one of the reasons why I didn't start smoking weed till I got older, because I was I'm gonna be crazy about it, and, which is true. I got crazy, so it's when I started kind of searching YouTube to get information, because I was just addicted to consuming content on Boost. There really wasn't that much.
Right.
And then I just kind of was talking to people on Twitter. I just started, you know, most people are asking me questions about how stuff fit and how it looked and this. Hey, check this box label, legit check, like name it, you know. And I was like, I'm aware of my personality, you know. I think I'm hilarious. So of course I'm just like, all right, fuck, you know. I watch other guys, like I watch, you know, like Kais and whoever has videos out. I like kind of saw what the fucking score was, and I was like, all right, well, I think I could do this. And I think I could do this well, and I think I could do this differently than they all do it. And that's just how it started. I made some video. First video is awful, you know, first 10 are probably terrible, and then it just kind of found a groove. So.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I've been watching your videos, dude. I'm obsessed with them. I think everyone in the chat is. Really quick before we go on, we've got a couple. Is Omar still close to you by any chance? A couple people in the chat were wondering if they could see Omar.
Up my leg. I wish I could show you what he's. Well, actually, I probably can't because you're aggressive. It's like really just fell off. Oh yeah, yeah. He wants to sit in my lap. All he wants.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Damn. That dog is too much.
That's all he wants.
How old is he right now?
He was born on April 1st, so what's that? April, May, June.
Holy shit.
4 months and a day. Is that true? Is that right?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah. Oh yeah. My goodness, that's awesome,
baby. Yeah.
Well, you always get the question, and you pretty much addressed it before, but you always get the question, why don't you wear Nike? But I'd like to sort of switch that up a little bit and ask you, is there any Adidas sneaker that you just will not wear?
I mean, yeah, there's tons. Yeah, there's tons of like people think I'm like a Nike Adidas fanboy or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not. I'm a Boost fanboy, if anything.
You're not the Adidas guy, you're the Boost guy. Yeah,
but like, there's mad Adidas shit that I don't like or agree with or, you know, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many to name that I really don't like, you know, and some of the silhouettes I might be okay. Like, there's definitely some shoes that they put out that don't have Boost on them, that if they put Boost on, I would be all over. But it's not what's happening. So, you know, but yeah, there's more that I don't wear than I do wear, I would say, right? Because I wear like 5 models, you know, like essentially. So yeah, there's tons.
Yeah. What do you think about the Boost? Oh, what are they called? The ones that just dropped, the Stan Smiths, the Boost Stan Smiths.
They're cool. I mean, Stans just aren't really my thing, you know, like it's not like a look. Like, God, dog, you're crazy. What do you do? Could have ever like pulled off when I was younger, anything like that, or even wanted to pull off. Right. So like for me, like it's kind of whatever, you know, like it's cool, like okay, you put Boost on it, but you know, slapping Boost on a model doesn't do it either. You know, it's like it's not like you can just polish a turd. Not that Stan Smith's a turd. I get it's classic, but like you can't like to the point. Like the upper on the Ultra Boost lends itself to the comfort, you know, a lot. And the same thing with like a PK NMD, like the relaxing fit of how that slides onto your foot. You know, it does a lot. The EQT, it's so much boost and the way you sit on top of it. Like all these things are what makes the shoes. So slapping a Boost on just a regular Stan Smith, like I mean, I tried them on. It's like you don't really feel the boost like that, you know. And I think that's like the main thing is being able to feel it. That's what got me addicted. Was like the step I felt like I was bouncing. I was like, oh, it's like fun to walk to work and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but no, they're not my favorites. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff they're revisiting is not really my favorite. I wasn't really a fan when they put the outside of was that a Stan or was that like a Superstar? I think.
I don't remember. I think it might have been. It was for the what collaboration was it? I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was a Social Status.
I mean, I can't even imagine that they felt much different, you know. But I didn't try them on.
Kind of like flat shoe, right? You know, and that's the thing about the different models, the way the Boost arcs.
Right.
They're smaller, you know, whatever. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Well, something that we ask a lot of our guests on this show is, what's your top 3 in your collection right now? And I'm assuming they're Boost sneakers, but if you had to pick 3, if you could only have 3 sneakers in your collection, what would they be?
If I could pick 3, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Like that's like
that's fair.
Every day, and people are like, all right, bro, you know, Cream Ultra Boost, Bury Your Dead Stock, or OG dead stuff. What should I get? I'm like, dog, I don't fucking know, bro. Like, have you seen my life? Like, I don't know. Like, I cannot tell you. But I mean, some of my favorite pairs, like Woodwoods, are one of my favorite pairs. I think that the 3M 1.0 is another really favorite pair. And there's so many, you know, it's like, but they're all Ultra Boost. Like, Ultra Boost is what I can't live without. And then fucking a 3.0. I would just throw a random 3.0 in there because the comfort's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you prefer the comfort of the 3.0 to like the 1.0 and the 2.0?
Yeah, I think it's just like a softer feel, especially if you stay true to size and don't chase after like the super ninja snug fit. Then
yeah,
I think they're really comfortable, especially like when you walk around all day on them or something, you know. So, and I really like the mid and like, you know, like the run through times and the Ronnies. The extra support from the mids is really nice too. So it's hard. That's what I'm saying, man. I can't. It's like I got a top 300, you know. Ridiculous dog.
He's too cute. I keep staring at him the whole time. I'm getting sidetracked. I keep looking at him. He's the best.
Fine. It's fine not to look at me. It's totally cool.
Has he chewed up any shoes yet?
No, he goes after him. He goes after him. Like today, this morning, I was putting shoes on. He goes after all the pairs.
Oh my goodness. That you're, you know, obviously you're on your feet all day at the shop, but what's your most comfortable Boost sneaker? Or what do you think the most comfortable Boost sneaker is?
It depends what I'm doing. I'm not on my feet that much in the shop, honestly, but no, you're sitting mostly. And I'm not even at the shop that much anymore. But I would say, like, because, you know, if you're going to be standing around all day, I think EQT is the most comfortable just because of how it's like standing on a bed. So I think that's probably the most comfortable for that. But I still just think Ultra Boost is the most comfortable out of their regular models of shoes. Because the upper on the EQT is not that, it's a little shallow. You know what I mean? It doesn't hug your foot. You're just kind of sitting in it like a pool. You know, but the Ultra Boost is like making love, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ultra Boost just grabs you, and it's like, come here. So that's the big difference.
That's a good way to describe it. I think the same thing. Yeah. Well, you know what? This is not something we talked about before, but I'm really interested to know, like, what got you into tattooing originally? Like, what got you into that?
I didn't go. So I got out of high school, right? Finished high school. My mom just like begged me to go to college. She's like, please, just don't become a crackhead, go to college. And I was like, I really don't want to. But I did just to like appease her.
Right.
And for 2 days. And then I dropped out after 2 days because it was just the wackest. So I left school, didn't tell anybody.
Right.
Just like stopped going to school. And then I had a really good friend who was becoming a tattooer. And I just kind of helped him out. You know, when he was broke and didn't have any money, I had a job that was good enough at the time. So, and we were homies, so I'd always let him crash. I'd always, you know, whatever. Like one time, he always gets emo about it. Like one time he came to the town, I took him to do his laundry because all his laundry was dirty. And I was just like, it's, you know, all good. So, and then, you know, a couple years ago, he learned how to tattoo. So I, you know, started just hanging out at the shop, hanging out with him more often. We did a lot of stuff together. We painted graffiti together.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of blossomed. One day he was like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to tattoo." That's what you want. And you know, in his eyes, he was just repaying me, I guess, for helping him out early. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. That's just how I started the road of becoming a tattoo.
Right. Well, cool. Well, it looks like Keon just joined us. What's going on?
Can you guys hear me? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
A little bit. You're cutting in and out a bit. Are you on your phone right now?
Yeah, dude. My computer's not working. I'm probably gonna throw it.
Well, it's good to finally have you in. It's good to have you. For everyone just watching, this is Keon. He's a regular co-host on the show. We've been having some technical difficulties, but he's back with us. So just to get you up to speed, Keon, what we were talking about, we were asking Teddy sort of how he got into tattooing, a couple questions about his Adidas sneakers and things like that. And I guess the next question that I'd like to sort of lead into, I mean, obviously I've seen, you know, a couple times you've been talking to Adidas over Twitter and things like that. If you could, I guess if there was something that you saw that Adidas was doing, like design wise, what would you like to see them do differently?
I don't know. I mean, there's like, I'm not a shoe designer, right? Like I could draw, I could sit there and draw shoes, and I've drawn shoes, you know, when I was younger, and haven't in a while, but I mean, I'd make art, you know, but as far as what works and what doesn't, like, that's not something that I'm that well versed in. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, well, if I was doing it, I would do it like this and it would be better. Because that's not really how I feel.
Right.
So I really can't say what I see them do, because I fucking don't know. Like, when I see something cool, I think it's cool. And the same thing when I make something, I don't necessarily know it's going to be cool until I'm done. I'm like, oh, that was fucking cool. So it's kind of the same thing. But
right.
Doing is pretty easily explained. And some of the things that I think they should stop doing is, one, limiting the sizes, you know, down to like 12 and 12 and a half and some stuff.
Right.
And I do kind of wish they would stop like dropping so many NMDs. You know, I do think that they've gone a little crazy, and I do understand it, like from Adidas perspective, like they're just keeping it moving. Like, especially with all the stuff they have releasing, like there's stuff that people haven't even seen yet that is just, you know, going to be completely different as well. So I think they're just moving past, like, hey, you know, like this was last year's thing, we're on to something else, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I do really appreciate a lot of my NMDs, and it's kind of like, all right, y'all are kind of going in on this, you know, a little crazy, but at the same time, if they're trying to take up a market share of people, you know, people don't want to walk into the mall and not be able to get the shoes they want. So there'll always be tiers to it. Always going to be like S&S and stuff like that. It always just kind of comes right back to that thing that drew me in, which is the collaborations. So as long as the collaborations don't start to get whack, I really don't care. You know what I mean?
Totally. Totally. Well, that also actually, you hit on the fact that they're putting out more NMDs, and a question that I'm sure you get a lot, and something that we always get whenever we're doing these chats about Adidas Boost sneakers is, do you think the NMD line is dying?
Well, I don't think that it's dying. I think, see, that's the shit that kills me. It's like the verbiage, right? Like, shoes don't die. Like, they aren't dead because they're sitting. Most of the people watching this right now are sitting, and they're not dead. So that drives me crazy. You know, like, so it's dead if you are relying on a general release technically to make your rent. Yes, it's fucking dead for you. If you're a hype beast who like has to live vicariously through every purchase, like if you have to be that dude that's at the bar or the club or school or wherever,
right, and
you have to be the only dude who never got the shoe, then yeah, it's dead for you, because you can't fake flex anymore with no personality or whatever. Like, that's materialism. Like, you can't. And people think I'm materialistic. Like, I really am not. You know, like this, I love collecting this stuff, but at the same time, like if I had to go, it has to go. So I think that's like the disconnect. But like for someone that enjoys shoes, it can never be dead. Like, I can't walk into a store and be like, oh, they're dead, you know, like, but if it's not there, it's awesome. Like, that's some weird, like, it's just hype-y shit, you know? Like, I get it, like, you want to get more excited about the next thing coming, but that's just kind of what everybody is. Everybody's just like, they consume, and then they just are waiting for the next thing. Like, okay, well, I consumed that already, so what's next? You know what I mean? Just like they'll be calling the Jay-Z album trash in 2 weeks because, you know.
Tell me about it.
You know, but like, so yeah, I don't think that it's dying. I just think there's certain people that have interests that are beyond just buying shoes, you know. So for those people that can die, I really don't give a shit. You know?
Right.
If it's dead, what are you buying? Like, that's my main question. Like, if NMDs and Ultra Boost are so dead, then what is it that you're in the mall and you're like, all right, well, I'm copping this though because the NMD's dead, so I'm gonna get this Jordan, this LeBron. What are you buying then? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Every tweet last month on Twitter was about zebras. Like, every tweet, and you know, now every tweet's about what's coming next. So like, you know, Boost sure shouldn't go. You know, so
I saw a couple comments in the chat, people saying that but Yeezys are dead. Jake Smith said that.
Yeezy
Do you think Yeezys are dying?
How?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
How?
Yeah, like everyone and their mother is after. It's a crazy world we live in where, you know, doubling your money is dead. You know what I mean? And that's because
I know, right?
some of the retailers, you know, like some of them are so invested. You know, it's like they're buying proxies, they're paying this, they're paying that, you know, and it's like, so their cost on a shoe is over retail as well. You know what I mean? And it's not worth it for them to stay up all night and make $100, you know? So
Right.
It's like, it's just different levels. And then you have a kid who has nothing but free time. It's like, well, I can go enter 600 raffles, and $200 flipped to him is ever, or $100 even is, you know, good money for a young kid. So it's like, yeah, career guy off of it. And I guess maybe Yeezys are dead, and maybe you should figure something else out. You know what I mean? Like, you want to flip shit, flip cars, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy a used beat up car and build that up and make some money. You can flip a house too. And I know I'm talking like the older heads who still resell, but it's only dead to people. Like I said, it's only dead to people that need to make money off of it. So.
Right. Right. But for people like us who just want to buy the shoes, that works out.
Don't give a shit if resale dies. Like, doesn't bother me. And you can't tell me resale's dead when my homie JC has a thriving business.
Yep.
That, I mean, but you just got to be able to resell smarter and not like a dum-dum on Twitter, being a dickhead to almost everyone that talks to you. Because you think you got the golden ticket because you caught 3 fucking Yeezys. You know, it's like, shit is bunk. So.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, I can tell you right now that this is one of the, I mean, the most populated live chats that we've had, and I think that's obviously because you've had such a big, right? We've had big people on here too. We've had Face Center who has 2 million subs. So you're killing it right now, and that leads. I guess that makes me wonder, like, your fan base is so loyal. It's crazy. Everyone loves you. You're the man. But what is, I guess, the best experience you've had with the fan, and the weirdest or worst experience you've had with the fan?
I know the weirdest. I think we all know the weirdest.
Well, you know the weirdest?
I think so, but I just want to hear you say it because I've seen the video.
Well, I want to know what you think the weirdest one was.
Wait, you want to know? The tattoo.
Oh, no, that wasn't that weird.
No?
Yeah, tattooing never weirds me out anymore. But,
okay.
Let me think. All right, so the best experience is not with one fan. That's for sure. All experiences are great, but the best experience I think that I've had from this whole thing with fans is when Doobie passed away. Because when Doobie died, everybody like just dropped shit and like came and consoled me, and that was like huge, like the biggest thing that probably has ever happened from just realizing there was that much support. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, holy shit! Like, because some days, you do this, and you're kind of like, am I wasting my time? You know, like, is this? You know, you read some of the comments that are like, "Fuck you! I wish you were never born." And you're like, "Oh, tight," you know, like. And then of course, there's the good comments and stuff like that. But then it's just like your life happens, and so something like that, like any other time in my life, if that had happened 2 years ago, I would not have been a rebound in 24 hours to go do a pop-up. You know, like there would have been no fucking way. So it's just like, that was huge. It's everything to me. It's something that will never, ever change. And then as far as weird goes, like, it's not that weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, nothing that people do, like, so like tattooing, I've gotten to know people pretty like intimately, right? Like, and I feel like I know how to relate to people pretty well and like transfer information from my brain to their brain. And so none of it's like that weird. It's just like different levels to relate. Like, when someone's around me and they're like maybe a little awkward because they're nervous or whatever, like, that's not weird to me. So, that's the only thing that comes to mind that I'm like, oh, that guy was kind of weird, and like, because they're a little nervous or whatever. But then I just talk, I'm like, nah, he's nervous. So I guess the weirdest thing that's happened is at the mall here locally, when I got home from tour, I was at the Apple store and I was just leaving, and then I noticed kids following me out. Like a group, like they didn't say anything. They didn't say what's up. They didn't say like, hey, Boostgod, Teddy, or anything like that. They just started following me, and I like looked at shoes, and everybody was wearing like semi-heat. So I started nervous. Like I started to be like, oh shit, like I got cash, like I got pretty, you know, not a whole bunch of money on me, but I got enough money on me to make it worth it. And then, you know, I'm like, oh shit, I got kind of nervous. So that was like the only thing that made it weird is, you know, realizing that some ways I can't really move the same way. Like I really can't go to the mall here and have it be just on regular. It's just not, you know. I think that's the only thing that's weird is not being able to just be like, or coming to terms with I don't want to call it fame, you know what I mean? But coming to terms with people recognizing who I am. Yeah. Or even not.
Right.
This shit happened in Mexico. I was like, it was like lit, you know?
That happened to Seth before. You remember that, Seth? That you got a picture taken of?
Oh, someone sent me. Yeah, I was out at lunch at work, and someone, like a couple days later, someone sent me an Instagram DM with like pictures of me walking to the coffee shop with my coworkers, leaning against the coffee shop, and then leaving. And I was like, that's, you know what? I appreciated that he cared enough to do that, but there was better ways to go about it.
Last night came up, he's like, "Are you Boostgod?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's looking awesome." I was like, "This is the first." I'm out of Postmates. But it happens crazy places like TSA agents and shit, you know, like.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. That's awesome. And I think that I appeal to like a broader, not broader, but like a broad audience. Like a lot of the morons on Twitter will be like, "Yeah, you only appeal to kids," you know what I mean? But then I'm like, dog, like everywhere I go to places and people are like, "Let me buy you a drink. Let's do this and let's do that." I'm like, it's like bigger than that, you know. Kids are definitely not sending me packages. You know what I mean? So crazy.
There was, I mean, it's funny. I was thinking about the time in Chicago where I was in the bathroom and you walk into the bathroom and before you even could make it all the way through the door, someone grabbed your arm and was trying to take a picture with you when you were walking into the bathroom. And I was like, holy shit, that's a next level. That's I mean, the dude could have waited outside the bathroom. That's all I'm saying. He didn't have to come in with you.
Your kind of a jungle, man. A fucking jungle.
Well, we've been getting a couple questions in the comment section about whether you're going to SneakerCon, and I would assume you're going to just about all of them, right?
Yeah, Dallas. I'm going to LA. Have they announced all the international stuff? Am I about to blow up spots?
No. Well, Hong Kong. I'll tell you the ones that are announced. Hong Kong's announced, Australia's announced, and Atlanta's announced.
Okay, so Atlanta most definitely. Hong Kong and Australia. I'm thinking about it. Omar kind of changes shit a little bit. Like I can't be, you know, I'll take him to places as much as I can. Where is it? That's not good. I'll take him places, but I don't really know. Like I'm thinking about Hong Kong. I'm thinking about Australia. Australia before Hong Kong for sure.
Right.
But it's just like people don't realize, man. Like this shit is expensive, and they think like the merch definitely helps produce content and get you from place to place. But there's like 10 employees now. You know what I mean? It's like there's so much shit that has to happen. Like the pop-up tour, there was so much stress and so much like trying to get stuff done to get it done in time. And, you know, flying all the way to Hong Kong and SneakerCon helps out where they can, but internationally they're not flipping the bill for that travel. You know what I mean? I'm not sponsored. I don't have any of that shit. So it's like, not that I probably couldn't get sponsored, but it's like at the same time, I like things to happen organically. I don't want to just like, but yeah, so like, I don't know, you know, it just depends on the money, depends on all that stuff. Flights to Hong Kong, I don't know if anyone's ever looked, are not cheap. So, or are they to Australia? You know, it's like a 24-hour flight.
That's true.
We'll see. And then it's not, when I bring merch, it's like I get taxed on it. You know, I got to pay duty.
Yep.
And then bringing money back. And just like, there's a lot of headaches and some of that stuff. So, maybe not every international one, might have to pick and choose, but if it's domestic and there's not something going on, I'm absolutely going to be there. You know? Or if it's close, like in Canada, I'm going. You know, like these 24-hour, $5,000 flights to go sell 100 T-shirts and spend even more money. Because obviously, I like to stay in nice hotels and shit too. So I'm a bougie little bitch.
Yo, wait. That reminds me. I had a question actually. Is that Boostgod bathrobe legit?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah.
Hold on. I can check on Omar too.
Yo.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wow, that's sick.
Seriously, I was like, no way.
Well, just to bring you guys up to speed, if you guys are just joining the chat, we're talking with Boostgod. Oh, it's Teddy. He's just sort of talking about Adidas, Boost, and what's going on in his life right now. And just to clarify for you guys, he is going to just about all the sneaker cons except for maybe the international ones we're not sure about yet. But all the ones that are announced that are domestic, 100%. The international ones we're not totally sure yet. But here's that bathrobe.
So I'll get you the full.
Woo!
Yeah, I can't believe that's legit. That is wild, man.
That's crazy.
The embroidered W, so you know it's real. Oh, I'm pointing to my over there.
That's sick.
Omar's chewing on it right.
You stayed at the W so much that they gave you a personal robe?
Yeah, bathrobe status. I like that.
Levels, man. It's like
Ridiculous. Fowler and the whole rest of the area.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
But like, I want to do another tour, you know, like, you know, do it different or whatever. But you know, if I can get someone like the W to pay for it, or like hotels,
Hell yeah.
you know, I mean, I spent a whole lot. People, that tour cost me so much money. You know, like people have no idea. So I got home from Mexico and I was like looking at stuff because I like give it to an accountant and I was like depressed. I was like, holy shit, Teddy. You know, like, and you know, but it was a fun experience. Everybody got to, you know, have fun, so it's cool.
Yeah.
And I got a bathrobe out of it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
that is definitely a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, we all love the Boostgod clothing. I mean, I have a bunch of it myself. Where does your inspiration come from for a lot of the stuff that you've done? It looks like a lot of it is tattoo inspired. Am I on base with that?
That's kind of like a shift, you know, because in the beginning, like, so even like Boostgod itself, like this might be a little controversial, but I don't really care. So like when I started the channel, there was probably, and I guess there was like this somewhat ulterior motive to expose people to art and my point of view about some stuff, which I haven't really delved into like too much recently. But some of the earlier videos, there'd be like talks, you know, like about how I view the world and, you know, I guess motivation for some people and whatever. But, you know, Boostgod was kind of this thing that was a name that was like given to me. You know, I didn't like just anoint myself Boostgod. And for the merch, it made sense because that's what people were kind of asking for, you know, and like that's what people wanted from me, and like it just worked, you know, and we were having fun with it. And then I shifted over to tattoo stuff because that's the stuff that I want. I want to introduce people to the stuff that I like and the stuff that I'm good at. Like I poured 16 years into tattooing, so
damn.
For me, I'm not ever trying to abandon, you know, what I think makes good art, what's timeless, what I would want on a T-shirt. You know, even if I was like a kid, like a 12-year-old kid, the choice to get a dragon on a T-shirt is fucking cool. You know what I mean? Whereas when when we were coming up, it's like, oh, cool, there's an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt, or there's like this, oh, this shirt has a stupid eagle embroidered on, like whatever, you know, like, so to me, it's about providing shirts that I just think are cool for me and for anyone. Like, even if my 13-year-old self walked up, like, I want to make shirts that I would be like, holy shit, I have to have that shirt. Like, that's it. The name Boostgod or whatever isn't really the important part to me. You know what I mean? So, and that's why I moved on, like, kind of, I made up the symbol, which everyone who wants to know what the symbol means. It's not Chinese lettering. It's not any other language. It's literally a cross, a B, and a G. I just, like, broke it up, you know? And that symbol kind of is the key to the future, too. Like, no one really knows yet, but, like, that symbol is deeper than that. So,
hell yeah.
But yeah, it's just, and as far as like what inspires me, it's like just my past, present, and future. You know, it's like everything that I've come up on that I saw as a kid that I couldn't get or missed out on. Just art in general. Like, I've studied art for a good portion of my life, so just understanding what I think looks cool. You know what I mean? And I just try to make cool stuff, and it seems like people agree with stuff that I make, so it's just been working out. But
oh yeah.
But I mean, I get inspiration from everywhere. You know, sometimes I go walk down to the store and see sometimes I see a tweaker wearing a crazy shirt they found in an alley, and I'm like, yo, that colorway is You know, like it doesn't matter. You know, like you get inspiration wherever. So smoking weed helps too. But you know, it is what it is.
Hell yeah. Well, this next segment is Keon's favorite segment. Keon, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You still around?
A little dark. Hold on. I restarted my computer.
Yeah.
I'll let you take it away with your segment, Keon. This is your baby.
Oh, we're here? This is
we're here.
This is my favorite part. It's called What You Think About, right? And we talk about not three favorite, I'm sorry. We look at pictures of 3 sneakers and basically just go over how we feel about them. Brutal honesty. And you want to pull them up, Seth? Because I'm not on my computer.
Yeah, I'm pulling them up right now. Let's see, and pull this first one up. Here we go. So I'll throw it up on the screen. I'll screen share. Hopefully there's no inappropriate content up on my screen right now. Let me just get rid of. There we go. So this first one is the Ultra Boost ATR Mid. What are your thoughts on this shoe, Teddy?
I like the shoe. I like the color. I like the shoe. I like the primer. I don't like the tongue. I don't know why they did that with the tongue. And maybe it's different on feet or something, you know what I mean? But like, why did they make 2 different versions of it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like there's that mid, like the Ronnie mid and the Run Through Time. It's like it's weird to me. So, but I like it. I'm gonna buy them. I'm not saying it's like that. It's just if I'm nitpicking the shoe, that's the only thing to me.
You don't like the half sock, half regular tongue look?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of weird how it extends up like that on the top. It's strange. It's like got a regular Ultra Boost tongue on it for some reason.
Do you think it's a one-piece construction, or do you think it's a separate tongue?
I don't know, dude. It's just weird. It looks like flat.
Let me see if I can find a better image for us, or see if there's anything with a...
I kind of dig that tongue thing.
Yeah, see how he fucked up in the game. Yeah. But I like the Ray.
Yeah, it definitely looks like one piece. It kind of looks, it's definitely a different sort of sock-like collar than they've had in like the NMDs and Ultra Boost. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at a front view now. The tongue is like super skinny.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah, I saw them in person in London, and they were like a little strange, but I think JC bought them. Pretty sure.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I like the being kind of subtle. That's one thing that drew me to Ultra Boost and NMDs is no branding. I was like, there's no fucking branding on this shoe. Like, you walk by and no one knows it's an Adidas, you know, at least then, you know. So I like the thing that's really subtle and like just kind of it's embossed, but whatever that's called.
Hell yeah, I dig that. Well, next.
How do you feel about him?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't mind him. I feel like, so I agree with Teddy on this. I feel like they already have the Ultra Boost Mid. I think that's a great looking shoe. I don't understand exactly why they need to come out with this version. I had at least, did I have? I had a pair of the ATR Ultra Boost, and they were fine. But I mean, I'm not gonna, if it's really pouring rain or if I'm really doing anything crazy, I'm probably not gonna be wearing a Prime Knit shoe. I'll probably be wearing one of their other sneakers, or honestly, maybe a pair of Timbs or something. So I just feel like going after that all-terrain market with a sneaker like the Ultra Boost, which to be fair is basically my everyday sneaker. I wear it pretty much no matter what. There are some times where, I mean, Teddy, you probably have a different viewpoint on this because you live in Colorado and you deal with snow a lot, and I'm sure you still wear your Ultra Boost. But there are some conditions where it's like, you know what, I gotta rock something different today. I gotta deal with that a little bit less comfort.
I generally go from the front door to the Uber to the front door. I don't like. You're in New York. You're in New York. You know what I mean? New York City is a whole different. You kind of gotta walk, and it's kind of, I mean, every time I'm in New York City, I fuck up an expensive pair of shoes. I'm like, yeah, it's time to flex in New York City. Let me throw these on. No one's got these bits, and then it's like 20 minutes later, I'm like, great, I just fucking destroyed these. Done. You know, I wore my Zebras during y'all snowstorm this year. She was awful.
No,
and it's like,
did you get a new pair of Zebras with the restock?
Yeah, I got a third pair.
You got a third? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, the next sneaker that we're going to be talking about is let me pull it up. Let me try and surprise everybody with this image first. Here we go. Application window. There we go. Okay. Now, this shoe drops, I believe, August 1st.
I am looking at it.
It is the Ultra Boost Laceless.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this shoe?
I like the shoe. I I like the PK upper. I think the PK looks fucking sick.
Really?
Yeah, I just really like how it kind of like goes all over the place and changes directions, and the ribbing, like the laceless part, I actually really like. The only thing I don't like about the shoe is the fucking tab on the tongue. That little like Band-Aid tab drives me crazy. I'm like, that part was just like, why didn't you just loop the? Again, I'm not a shoe designer, no offense, but why not just loop it over the top or just not have it on there at all? You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
You know, or just put 3 stripes on the back, like towards the back hair of the sock or something. I don't know. It's just, that's a weird move. It literally looks like a Band-Aid. I kind of hope it just can be like pulled off, even though I'm sure it can be. But
totally. I agree with you on that one.
You know, again, on feet, it might not drive me crazy, but that's the only part of it that I'm kind of like,
How do you feel about him, Keon?
Yeah. About him? Nah, I'm not a fan of these.
You don't like them?
No. You know what? I like laceless sneakers. Like, I love Vans, and I don't even like slip-ons. Like, I need laces.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't like laceless shoes. I'm super into laceless shoes.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. My laces are always untied. I don't even tie my shoes.
That's true. I feel all my shoes are like that, actually. Every single pair that I have that isn't a basketball sneaker I wear unlaced.
It's interesting that people don't like laced. Some people don't like laceless shoes, but they like self-lacing shoes. That to me seems
I like to have my shoes tied and never have to tie them again.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I tie my Ultra Boost more. Or don't tie them, but
yeah, exactly. Leave them out hanging or just tie them once forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you feel about them, Seth? They look like they look legit.
Here's my thing. I agree with you, Keon, in that I don't really like rocking shoes that don't have laces. I feel like there are elements of the shoe that I like. I don't get the ribbing on the middle. My thought is like,
it reminds me of the
all the Ultra Boosts I have, and what reminds you of the what?
9317s, that ribbing thing.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. What it reminds me of a condom for her pleasure. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something. It's not exactly my taste. I'm gonna be honest, but I mean, I'll grab it because I dig Ultra Boost and I want to rock them. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's not a favorite for me.
Like crazy. But y'all are both gonna backpedal like crazy.
You know what?
It's because you've seen a triple white, and that's how you know shit's fucked up. You know, you see a triple white, and you're like, okay, yeah, whatever. But like, they dropped that shoe in black with like gold boosts. Fucking done for, son. Like, stop playing. You know, like, you just gotta, you know, it's like the those new NMDs, the 4 pictures that everybody posted. They all kind of look the Skechers rip off. But
wait, who are we talking about? A Skechers? Who got a
NMDs that they're dropping, and they kind of have this like crazy ribbing, like they're crazy. I don't know if you can find a picture of them or whatever.
Are they the ones dropping like really soon?
Yeah, pretty soon. But the triple black version of that shoe, it's sick. You know, like the triple black looks great, but the white hair and the regular black hair, and I don't know, the other ones are weird colors, but they all look crazy.
I just want to pull up really quickly a picture of some of the other colorways of this Laceless because we're talking about them. I've got to say, this actually makes me like them less. I can't do this.
Those are like samples, you know? Come on.
I'm going to trust you on this one because you are the Boostgod, but it's going to take a bit for me to get into them.
Since you are the Boostgod, I got a question. How do you feel about Big Baller brand? You got the half boost.
I respect the hustle because I can't, you know, after starting a brand, you know, that's around myself, I will no longer talk shit about anybody's hustle, you know, like, because I realize how hard shit is to try to make it out here in this internet world or whatever. Not that this dude, he's a sports star or whatever, but I mean, so I don't disrespect the hustle, and I, you know, hats off to them and their family for securing the bag or whatever, but
securing the bag.
Right. The fucking shoe is atrocious.
It's disgusting. It's the worst.
Yeah. I mean, the shoe's awful. Would never. Is JC really hosting them? Did you see that tweet?
Nah.
JC has.
I didn't see it. What did he say?
They're doing a pop-up. Big Baller Brand's doing a pop-up at Urban like Sunday.
No way.
I didn't text him. I was just like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I think the shoe's stupid. I think I don't think you're really gonna get people to. If we didn't learn anything from Under Armour, I don't think you're gonna get people to like don't ship just because you have a star player, you know, into like a shoe outside of these like huge brands. You know, it's like Vans, Adidas, Nike, and you know, you could probably name Puma, whatever the fuck. But like no one's like reinventing the shoe. There's no new brand. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start wearing Tesla shoes. You know, like that's just not gonna happen. It's kind of like, you know, all the best designers I feel like strive to work with companies like Nike and Adidas. They put in their like tenure or whatever, and that's just kind of how the game is, you know. So I don't really see that popping. I mean,
it looks like. What were you gonna say?
I mean, those guys, they're making enough money to make it worth it their time, which I don't think you're going to see like a global, like, we're not going to turn on Twitter and everybody's like, Big Baller Brand has taken over, you know? Like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So.
Well, really quick, it looks like we got Jacob Starr in the comments. What's up, Jacob? He says that the far right is fire. I'm assuming it's the gray and darker gray one. That's the only one that I could, out of these three, that I could get behind. To be honest with you guys.
Those are samples anyway. I bet those don't even come out.
No, I'm sure. Honestly, though, like, I'm going to be honest, there's going to be a lot of people looking really fresh in those nursing homes.
Yeah, but isn't that what everybody wants? See, that's the hype beast paradigm anyway, though. Because if nobody fucks with that shoe at all, then, you know, some hype beast wants to not wear what anyone else is wearing. Go and get those and be like, yeah, like, make shit cool. Like,
yeah.
You can make cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna take full credit, but I feel like I helped make the colors cool.
Oh, look, I knew it was coming. Yep. Because
nobody wants to really admit it, but at the same time, I was like, no, man, this shoe is cool. Like, here, I'll wear it every day for a month and show you how I think it's cool. And I feel like that helps people. You know what I mean? Like, we all can buy the same shoes. You know what I mean? like, it's what you do using like how you are, and you know, a fucking pair of shoes is a pair of shoes. It's just not gonna make you like that much cooler. You know, but you can definitely make it cool. So that's what I think. Like this dog just making everything cool.
All right.
He's too much, dude. He's ridiculous.
Last up on the list is.
Last up on the list.
You got him, Seth?
I do. I have him up. I'm gonna pull him up as soon as you announce it.
The Yeezy holiday release colorways.
There we go.
I think the fish are coming out, huh? I haven't been really keeping.
What's up?
So, I fuck with them. I mean, I have no problem with them. Like
the crazy semi-frozen yellow pair.
I think it's fire. I don't fucking understand the problem. Who's afraid of a yellow shoe? Dog, the yellow fucking Ultra Boost is like one of the most sought after 1.0s. It's like a 1.0
That's true.
Solar Yeezy. You know, I fuck with that hard. The worst one, if I had to pick, would be the blue tint, just because kind of too similar. You know, like I know it's not going to be the same color, going to have blue all fucking peppered in that bitch, but it's the closest to the white and the zebra, so that feels a little redundant. But I mean, all three of them are coming home to daddy for sure. You know, and the new Beluga's cool, but it's going to get checking a fucking nightmare. Fucking nightmare. You know, because there's so many like just fake little whatevers.
What's up? No, I was just gonna say that I feel like I was really kind of down with that bright stripe. I was really getting used to that and really starting to like it. And it looks like everything's sort of going the way of the zebra. You know, it's kind of, which I mean isn't a bad way, but I wouldn't mind one of them just having some sort of bold like. I wouldn't mind the yellow pair maybe being like maybe it was a more subtle yellow and there was a crazy like volt stripe or something like that. I kind of miss that. They all just seem not subtle because they're definitely not subtle, but they all just seem like they don't have that same sort of pop that the other Yeezys had. Except, I mean, obviously, except for the yellow pair.
I prefer it this way over the other way.
Really?
I like this way. I like how it's like kind of in the background with the pop of the supply. Is it supply?
Teddy, this is a question that I've been trying to get out of Adidas people forever, and I don't know what's your thought on what the SPLY means?
Supply. St. Paulo loves you. That shit is ridiculous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Because for one, here's why. I'm not even a fucking parent, and I know this is why. Because if he named the shoe after his son, and his daughter got no shine on any shoe, by the time they're 15, 16, there's a war. And it's like, we named the fucking V2 after him. You know, of course he's in the house stunting. He's got a whole shoe line. What did I get? Nothing. You know, so it's definitely got to be supply. So, right.
Is there any particular Yeezy colorway that you're looking forward to for the rest of the year? Anything in particular? Like anyone?
I'm kind of over it. I mean, I like the Yeezys. I love that. New colorways or whatever, but they're not like the yellow is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. And I don't know if that's just because everybody seems to really not like it. It's also, isn't that going to be the hardest one to get? Isn't it only releasing in consortium stores or some shit? Or
probably.
Yeah, or maybe they're releasing it like the first time they did this. I can't remember what rumor I heard what day. But
yeah.
No, I mean, it's cool. I would like to see a V3. You know, I mean, I guess I'm kind of same thing with like Ultra Boost 3.0. I'd kind of like to move on to 4.0 at this point, but or release some 1.0 color or even 2.0 colors that we never got would be cool to me. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more V2s they can really put out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, really quick, why don't we start? Let me just let you guys know in the comments. We're going to start taking questions for Teddy. So start throwing your questions out. We'll get to them in a couple minutes. We did gloss over something that I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about. Since we did put out the picture from Yeezy Mafia, I've noticed like a small like movement growing within the Twitterverse. Some people think, and I don't know if you retweeted it or someone retweeted it, but there was an image where you had said something and then immediately after they had said it, or I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it was, but people are starting to think that you may be a part of the Yeezy Mafia. Is that true?
That's not true. But what happened is I tweeted a run through time like in the middle of the night or whatever, and then to be honest, I did know that it was about to get announced tomorrow. You know, like I knew that if I had the information, that they were gonna them or someone else was gonna like leak it before. And I'm not really the dude who's like looking to like leak photos and shit. It's subtle, you know. It's like if I type run through time and people pick up on it, then cool. If they don't, it's whatever. I know that I knew, so it really didn't matter. And then, so yeah, they tweeted the next day, and then it must have shown up on someone's feed, like where, you know, they like kind of clump shit together. So they had tweeted about it, and then I tweeted, and there's like a time difference of like 12 hours. So that's where the rumor, I guess, started or whatever. But no, I'm definitely not. I've talked to the Yeezy Mafionians before, but not a group or anything. I'm not that good at computers, believe it or not. I mean, I know how to use one, you know, but as far as code and shit like that, I'm not too good at it. I'm also not that good at being secretive. I like fucking love attention. So, you know, I'd be like showing my face, like, this is me. So, yeah.
Oh man. Well, why don't we start taking some comments? Why don't we take one from Timeless? I've seen you in our chats before, Timeless. I appreciate you being here. You're a good dude. He says, Teddy, I have been in the sneaker YouTube community for a good bit now, but what's the next step in gaining relationships with more of you guys?
What do you mean? What does he mean?
What's your advice to someone
with us?
I guess what's your advice about breaking into sneaker YouTube?
Oh, okay. I just think, well, first off, I don't classify myself as a sneaker YouTuber. I think that's one thing that like gets lost. I'm a fucking vlogger who happens to be an artist who happens to really like shoes. And like that's why I feel like my vlog is entertaining, is because it's a variety, right? It's like it's got a little something for everybody. There's the dog, there's salads, there's me being kind of funny, or at least thinking I'm funny, like whatever, tattoo shop, like whatever. So I think take the sneaker aspect out of it, because that shit doesn't really matter. I think that you just have to like live your truth, and you have to show people exactly what's happening, and you also have to push yourself to make sure that you don't just sit around all day and do nothing. You know, like that's one of the hardest parts of my vlogging is like, what am I going to do today? You know what I'm saying? Like I have no idea what to do, and you have to kind of make something happen that day, whatever that is. So, and sneakers, you'll run out of content, you know, unless you have just like massive amounts of money you can buy everything that comes out, you're gonna run out of content quick. So there has to be a personality there. There has to be like another journey there. Like a lot of people are watching me build a brand. You know, they're watching all these things happen. Like my best friend is moving from New York to help me with the vlogs and help me with just like daily life.
Dirty.
So it's like that Ernie, yeah. So that creates a story. Me too. That dude's the homie. Like he's the best. You can't fucking wait for him to be here. Like
my girlfriend, like he came over to us probably the maybe the second sneaker con that I had met you, or the second or third, and just out of the blue was like, hey, like I it's great to see you again about all this stuff. And as soon as he walked away, Jordan, my girlfriend was like, he is the nicest dude I've ever met.
Yeah, he's amazing. So my advice, to get back to it, my advice is really just be yourself. Stop trying to like, a lot of people do this fake it till you make it shit, and it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like the audience is not stupid. They know that you're being genuine or you're not being genuine. Right. So just like, you know, and I think one of the big things is why you're starting a channel. Like some people just want the attention and don't want to share anything. Like they just want to like, you know, it's like the dude who shot him, his girlfriend shot himself, shot him through, you know, it's like, to be famous, you know, and it's like fame without context doesn't mean shit, you know, it's not even fame, it's like relating. Like what people, I feel like people get on YouTube for is to relate. Like I want to relate to people. I want to feel like I can find people that are like-minded and like fuck with the same shit that I fuck with. And even at this point, it's like grown to where people look to me for advice. And I think that's because I'm a little older and I've obviously lived a kind of crazy life, and I don't really do like, I don't have like a normal, you know, not every day you meet some tattoo guy that looks like me that fucking collects massive amounts of shoes and will also tell you to fuck off or, you know, whatever the appeal is. So, yeah, man, like long answer, but the short answer is just be yourself. And when you go to sneaker cons and put yourself in positions, just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? Like you really just be cool is like the main thing. You know, I think you can go to sneaker cons. Most of us, whatever preconceived notion any of us had about anybody before, it just washed away because you realize that nobody's fucked up. Like nobody, you know, like people have these opinions about Kais. You know, it's like everybody's like fuck Kais, and it's like once you meet Kais on that level, you know what I mean? It's like Kais is fucking fine. Like what are you talking? Like what? It's just like these perceptions. So I think it's just like kill your perceptions and just like be open-minded and be yourself. You know, make sure yourself doesn't suck. That's about it.
Speaking of Kais, what did you think of the Sneaker YouTubers Be Like Part 3?
Amazing. I was dying.
Yo.
I was fucking dying. Honestly, I think that's one of the best. I'm not going to sit and say I've watched all of his videos or anything, but that's one of the best videos I've ever seen from him. The shit was amazing. Just like the thought that kind of came into it. And then the fact that fucking Jacques Slade got the refrigerator like the next
day.
And then he got that box with the Xbox and the app. Like, that was,
dude, what?
Basic stuff. And that's cool. And that's the thing about Kais too. Like, you know, like the first sneaker con I ever went to, like I just pulled up, you know, like we just went to, that's when I met you. Like we went to New York for the first time. Kids, they were like, hey, you can just like pop up in our booth. You know, it was like the first time we released some shirts and people were starting to buy them. And Kais like came and found me, you know what I mean, and introduced himself to me.
Hell yeah.
You know, did all this stuff. So it's like, I could never fucking hate on that. Like, you know, when I came to LA, came to the pop-up, did all that shit. So like everybody's always, and same thing with other dudes like Tony and you and fucking anybody. Anybody has a YouTube sneaker channel. No one has been salty or shady or any of that shit, you know? So it's like, to me, it's all love.
Totally. I've got it.
Yeah.
What's up?
I assume they would treat the guy who asked the comment, you know, asked the question. I'm assuming they would treat you the same way if you just show up, you know, showing that you're like there to give a fuck.
Totally. Totally. Well, we're open to some more questions. So if you guys have any more questions in the comments, let's see. There was one up here I wanted to grab. Keon, are you seeing anything that you wanna ask Teddy?
Scrolling through.
Let's see.
I didn't even know.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Creative Maker says, thoughts on the new human race colorways? I didn't even know there were.
The trail ones or whatever? Yeah, I fuck with the trail.
Both the non-boost ones.
I don't care about the other ones. The other ones, whatever. I'm really, Pharrell and the team sent me out a pair. I really appreciate it. It's cool as fuck. Like, it's cool as fuck. Like, definitely. But the shoe itself is not like, it's just not something that I really, it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, but there's definitely people that I can see wearing it, like Pharrell. But the Pharrell NMDs, the human races are just a whole different animal. That shit's amazing. And then having a trail boost is going to make it a whole different shoe, I feel like.
Hell yeah. I think so.
I fuck with it. Yeah. I fuck with it.
Brandon, sorry for butchering this. Brandon Levesque says, which brand do you think will come up with the next step in technology after Boost? Do you think it's going to be Adidas?
I hear Adidas has a secret weapon.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to act like I don't know. But I do hear that Adidas has stuff that's got to still unveil. I just don't see it coming from Nike. Like, I've said this and people think I'm joking. But I don't fucking think Nike is going to be able to do shit until they can, like, literally put us in the air. Like, I think Nike Air is going to have to become this shit that, like, we literally fly. Like, 10 years ahead, I swear to God. Like, 2054. Shouldn't we be fucking, like, I'm still walking to the store in 2054. We failed. Like, I should be able to, like, and then that begs the question is, like, what other fucking transformative shoe is Adidas going to, like, what if Boost becomes this shit that really you, like, run and jump and you can just fly over a building? Like, I don't know. But I feel like the future of shoes and shit like that is going to have to go, like, with the future of technology. And if I'm fucking 3D printing out some shit, I want some fucking shoes that fly. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, it's on.
That's just, I just don't see, like, 3D technology is cool. Like, 3D printing is cool, and it's going to be dope if we can, like, if I can print out the shoe at home or whatever, which, imagine what fakes would be like when that happens.
Yeah, right?
Imagine if you fucking, the blueprint, yeah, like I got the Yeezy blueprint for sale or whatever, the Yeezy V7000, and the homies are just, like, printing them out at home, and there's no way to tell, like, if it was, like, printed from a or not. Like, shit is gonna be fucked up. But I really don't know. I really think it's gonna have to, like, turn into, like, a vehicle before anything really. What's gonna beat out Boost? You know what I mean? Like, what could possibly?
Dude, honestly, it's almost it's unfair because whenever somebody asks, "Oh, what's the most comfortable sneaker you wear?" you automatically go to Boost. It's just
that's definitely. And then people who, like, try to defend Nike or whatever, they can't even defend the shit they actually like. Like, no one on this planet other than fucking Ray, the real Ray, but that Nike Jordan 1s are more comfortable than boot. Like, there's no way that you're sitting around all day and you're like, yeah, these Jordan 1s are just better, like, or any Jordan for that matter. It's just like, it's not, and 3D printing is not, like, I don't feel like it's going to outdo comfort. I just feel like we're going to see the next few years of people copying Boost and Boost, like, materials or whatever, and reaching a level of being like, because that's what people always say, like, well, this is just as comfortable as Boost. Well, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, if the steak is just as good at the place that I prefer to go to, I'd rather just go to the place I prefer to go to. You know what I mean? And, like,
totally.
This is the one I prefer to go to. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't see it. I just don't see it really being too much. But apparently Adidas has a secret weapon, so whatever the fuck that is.
Well, Julia Christina, who frequents our chats, Julia, I appreciate you being here. It's great to see you again. She says, Teddy, if you can't wear a pair of Adidas shoes for a day, what would you wear?
Barefoot.
Adidas slippers.
Barefoot. I'll just go barefoot. I'm not in a place in my life where I have to go do anything I don't really want. Like, I can take a day off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, if I gotta go, if I'm up there, like, there's some rule, like, hey, you can't wear any boots today, I'm just not going. Like,
all right, I'm sitting back today.
I mean, I showed up to my mom's wedding in a t-shirt and jeans, so I'm not a compromising individual like that. So I just won't go. Like, I'm not gonna be uncomfortable in my feet. But if to not be an ass and to answer the question like in another way, like what shoe do I appreciate the way it looks? You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
fair.
what shoes are like actually like, because there's shoes I see I'm like, that's fucking clean. Like that's a clean shoe. It's just the whole like, I'm not gonna put it on. You know what I mean? Like I might see a pretty girl, doesn't mean I'm gonna go home with it. Same thing with shoes. You know, like some shoes are pretty. But there's a lot of the collabs, like the Ronnie collabs with you know, the runners like that, I think a lot of them look cool. It's just not something that I would
Totally
personally want to wear, you know. So old stuff that I like, you know, like old Nike Air 180s still have a place where I'm like, I still think the shoe looks cool. I just think that we've passed it, and it was kind of like Nike withheld the shoe during the time I was like the most interested in it. So now I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? Now the Como de Garçon, whatever, however the fuck you say that, everybody knows I can't say anything. Now that they're bringing, you know, everybody's like, that shoe is so fire. I'm like, fuck all of you. You know what I mean? Like, I literally begged. You know, it was like trying to buy every Nike Air 180 that was ever on the internet once they stopped making them. Like, I was just buying them. And after I ran through the last pair, that was it. You know, it's like, can't even find that fucking shoe. It's like, good luck.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Hey, what are your thoughts on the what is that? The Yeezy Runner.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, man. Come on. It's like the same as the Calabasas shit. You know what I mean? It's like you'll have some sales because there's people who are Yeezy fans. They're gonna buy whatever, and that's cool, whatever. But like again, like the fucking thing about the Yeezys that makes them attractive is the prime knit upper and the boost. It's like everything. And
So there's no
look of it's cool, but like that's what fucking does it. So like why? Like they can try to shift it over all they want, and I understand it from a business point, like right, like you have tiers of shoes. You know, it's like, hey, here's the Yeezy Runner, here's the Yeezy V2 lifestyle, here's this, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not getting down with it. The same way I didn't get down with 750s. I'm not a fucking hype beast. You know what I mean? Like 750s came out, and I was like, what the fuck is Kanye doing? You know, like when I remember I saw those, I was like, that's crazy. This is gonna be his first shoe with Adidas. You know, and not till I saw the fucking Pirate Black V1 was I like finally like, okay, I'll get those. You know what I mean? I like those, but everything else was just kind of whack. So I'm not one of those people that think I respect Kanye on many levels, but I'm not one of those people that agree with everything he says or does or makes or anything like that. You know? There's still songs that I skip on Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? Just like some songs, I'll be skipping some of them shoes quickly.
Oh man. TMI HVAC says, "What is your dream collaboration?" I'm assuming he means with Adidas and another brand.
I don't really dream about other brands having collaborations. So I guess my dream would be like a Teddy Ultra Boost, not a Boostgod Ultra Boost, like a Teddy Ultra Boost.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I mean, if there's not like, I'm not that hype on all these brands. Like, I think Antisocial Social Club is like, you know, like I don't really get it. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I understand the whole antisocial social thing, like the fucking emo.
I think logo. You're paying for the logo. I'm pretty sure it's like paying for the logo, like for the brand.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like some hype shit, you know what I mean? But like I saw that new drop and all these people going crazy, and it's just different colored, same shirt, just different colors. I put in some hours drawing these shirts, you know what I mean? Like my man's just like, yeah. So, and that's just like you get up to a level, whatever. But I'm just like not that into a lot of brands. Like I still fuck with A-Life,
right?
A-Life right here. So I fuck with A-Life. I would like to see an A-Life collab because usually they collab with other shoe companies that I don't really fuck with. So I would like to see that, and I think we're gonna see it. I think it's actually happening. They were listed on the tour. Yeah, so but there's really not anybody that I'm like looking for, you know. I mean, I just want people to do collabs to do them justice. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be impressed. Like that's like the thing. Like, yeah, I love art and I like creative shit. So like, really, what I'm yearning for is that when I see something, I'm like, that took some thought. Like that that makes sense. You know, that's what I really like about the Pure Boost Wish ATL. Just the thought that went into the whole jellyfish thing. Like that shit's cool. Man.
Yeah, so, totally. I agree.
I'm gonna go ahead and like be egotistical and say myself. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's what all sneaker YouTubers or sneakerheads in general. I feel like that's the end goal. You know, when you're in the NBA, of course you're stoked on like playing for the NBA, but that question is always like, yo, you stoked about maybe getting a sneaker?
Why not? You know what I mean? I know how to make shit. You know? So that's what I go with.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Anymore?
Do you want to? I mean, I think we have time for one last question. Do you want to go through and see if there's any questions for Teddy? If you guys have any questions you want specifically answered by Boostgod, read by Boostgod, picked by Boostgod, drop those questions in the comments right now, and Teddy will pick one. I mean, I don't know if that's okay with you, but I'm assuming.
I can't see the comments.
Oh, you can't?
YouTube video. Like
I only see the video.
If you go to, it should be down in the bottom right. Like if you scroll down a little bit, it should be down in the bottom right, and then you can actually pop out that window.
I see a group chat window, but that's all I see.
Do you see stuff in the window?
No, it's just blank.
Really?
It says to list available commands, enter -- question mark, and it says Keon James join the group chat. That's it.
Huh. Okay. Well then,
it's got my.
let's see. What's up?
That it's got my whole government in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do, Teddy? I'm gonna screen share my chat window, and you can pick out.
I think you're looking at the Google Hangouts thing, right? You got to go to the actual.
Oh yeah. Go to So I dropped in our Twitter DM. I dropped a second link, and if you click on that link, it's gonna start playing the video. It's gonna be a little delayed, so pause that right away, and then go down in the bottom like right hand side. It'll be like this live chat box.
I don't see it.
Well, I mean, while we're doing that, I am Miguel was wondering what the hardest thing you've had to teach Miguel is so far. I'm sorry, that was his name. I am Miguel says hardest thing to teach Omar right now. What's the hardest thing he's having trouble with?
All hard right now. He just doesn't know. He doesn't know when to go chill. It's funny because I keep going like, lay down. He's about to knock the shit over right now. I'm like, go lay down. Like, he knows what I'm saying because I'm so used to Doobie being like, you know, I'm like, hey, go lay down, fool. And he's like, all right. This dude, you're like, go lay down. He just like looks at you. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yo.
He's pretty good though.
Oh man.
Not bad. But yeah, still no chat. I can't
Okay.
Right.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put up a screen share really fast to the chat window and just pick whichever one. Guys, I'm sorry, it's gonna be whatever is on the screen right now. So if you want questions asked, drop them like literally right now.
This dick is the fastest one.
Hey, you got to talk, Seth. You can see it.
Okay, well, yeah, seriously, guys, drop those comments, drop those questions. I've got nothing better to say other than keep this window up on the screen. So keep it moving, guys, until Teddy finds something.
Questions. I don't know.
Keep it.
I'm gonna answer a couple. All right, indica and sativa. These do smell funny. Prominent. Tubular is kind of weird, but I have one tubular. But I don't like that little plate that comes on the top, so it's kind of strange. And Reebok, no. Probably
Reebok.
That's about it.
No Reebok.
New Bulldog owner. Be patient, because all dogs take a long time. So that's about it.
Fair enough. Cool.
Right?
All right.
Shit.
I'd like to first of all thank Teddy for being here. It's been seriously a huge pleasure having you on, man. I mean, honestly, this is probably going to go down as like a fan favorite episode because, like I said before, we've had some like big YouTubers, and you are by far, I think, the most popular.
Hey, so I appreciate the support from everybody. It's awesome. So much appreciated.
Oh yeah. Is there anything you want to plug? Is there anything you want to let the people know?
Well, there's a vlog later tonight. I'll get that done here soon. Not really, man. I'm not the plug type. It's just Twitter, Instagram. Oh, it's Teddy. Vlog tonight. Drop tomorrow. You know, regular stuff. I'll be at all the sneaker cons. That's it.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, what's up?
I said, I'm hanging out with this fat boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, once again, thank you to Teddy for being here. Thank you to Keon for joining us. I haven't put the links in the description yet, but I will do as soon as we get off this chat. All the links to Teddy's social, his YouTube, his social media will be down in the description below. If you guys don't already follow him on social and don't subscribe to him already, make sure to do that. In addition, make sure to also check out OT Dub stuff. His links will also be in the description below. Give him a follow on Twitter. Give him that subscribe on YouTube. And thank you guys all for joining in. It's been a huge pleasure. We'll hopefully be back next week with a new guest. And I'll see you guys then.
See you guys. Good time.
Thank you again, Teddy.